Recording started.
All right. So good morning, everyone. I'm not going to be able to see everyone today because I'm sharing the screen. But today, let's see the dates. It's March 1st, and this is the MicroProfile Marketing Hangout or Zoom call. These calls are public. The chat is recorded and will be published with the recording. The YouTube recording will be added to the MicroProfile YouTube. Everyone will be able to see it without access. So here is what happens. Thanks to everyone for joining. We have a schedule and responsibilities. This is a new thing we are bringing in 2021 as the working group for the project has been created. And now we can formally include many more people to help in the process and delegate so many different tasks that before fall onto a few people. So I will show you. Oh, it's not this one. Hold on, this one. So you see, at the moment, we are in March. We need someone in March. I am only thinking March because no one volunteered to own or to facilitate this call. The goal is for so many different people to own at least 1 month or part of a month. The MicroProfile calls are twice a month, and they are the day before the community hangout on a Monday at 10 in the morning, fixed. And usually the 1 or 2 MicroProfiler, helpers, call it helpers, can divide and conquer on the task at hand. So I will show you responsibilities. That means you send the agenda the Thursday before or Friday before this call, and you check the issues and the MicroProfile marketing Git issues. That is the most important thing. If you want to help, you must watch this channel. Here, I will show you. Here, we have only 30 watchers. And if you are willing to help in MicroProfile marketing, you must follow this. If you don't use Git, sorry, but you cannot help us. You cannot help MicroProfile. So the information is already here. It shows you our Git accounts, and it's a requirement. Questions about this before I continue? Everyone can say silence doesn't mean you agree. Questions about contributing to this project? I would say MicroProfile marketing is a whole project.
So let me restate it to make sure I understand it, and maybe others can kind of hear it as well, where what you're saying is follow the MicroProfile marketing channel, because we do everything via GitHub issues, right? Mm-hmm. So if you, we have a spreadsheet of outstanding items with folks that want to take up action items in the spreadsheet can create a GitHub issue. We could all track what the issue is, the status, all the way through closure, right? But it sounds like the starting point is a spreadsheet, and the tracking mechanism is GitHub, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. So then, thank you, John. Questions about what John said? Wow. All right. Let's move on. So then, responsibilities. So we have 4 months available, and that includes March. You can co-host with someone else. That means for a whole month, it's not that you will do all the responsibilities, quote unquote, for the month. It just means that it's your job to make sure that the tasks don't fall on the ground, that it gets done, and that you are asking for help either by sending messages to the forum, marketing or community forum, or sending Git issues saying this needs to be done and explaining why. So for instance, in March, anyone that is super new here can say, Amelia, I want to help you. And help you means because right now I'm currently the responsible one, and I would love to mentor someone. So if you're here and you want to own the second call that is the last call for March, let me know, and I will add your name here, all right? We need someone in June, someone in July. Anyone can help, even co-host the other month. You can join, we can have 2 or 3 different people a month. It doesn't really matter. Questions about this, because it's so important. Okay.
Well, actually, that's Dimitri speaking. So I'm first time here. I'm willing to volunteer, but maybe closer to summer. So maybe a little bit later in spring, I will definitely take your mentorship. So it will be like awesome. Thank you.
Oh, that is great. When you're ready, Mitya, can I call you Mitya or do I go formal?
Yes, yeah, no, Mita, because we have another Dmitry here as well. So he is Dmitry and Mita, yeah.
Right, we're friends, so
Absolutely,
but I
so
don't
great
want
to see you.
so great to see you. I don't want to use our friendship because now this is a project and we need to be more formal. But thank you for letting me call you Mitya because I love that. Okay, so you can join when you're ready to join. Just submit a Git issue and say I wanna contribute to this month and move forward.
Yes, I'll write you May, maybe May. Yes, and
No,
then to take June or July. Yes.
no mail, no email.
May.
Git issue.
May.
You submit
Yes.
a Git issue and then
I will submit a Git issue on May. This is what I want to say.
oh, perfect. Oh yeah. Okay. There you go.
Amelia, I'll also take one, possibly either July or I can try with March as well. I have some appointments, but I can discuss.
We have only one extra call, and then that means you have to add yourself to the Git marketing, and then that means that are the 2 requests and requirements. You need to have a Git account, add yourself to the MicroProfile Git account, marketing, set up your filters so that when something comes in, you don't drop the world to get that Git, but at least once a week, you are checking what new came in, and then it's an inventory happening, which is important, and I will show in a moment. But yes, submit the Git issue, let me know what month, let us know what month, and we have Tetiana and Debbie. I do not know if Tetiana and Debbie are here, but would you like some help for the month you added yourself to?
We are here. I don't know about Debbie, but I'm here. And of course, if someone is willing to help, I'm not against any help. So this is for sure. And this will be also for me the first month when I'm in charge of this kind of stuff. So sure, we can figure out it together what we should do. So just to summarize, and maybe this will be helpful also for someone. So about the responsibilities. So basically, during the month that we are taking in charge, we have 2 marketing calls. And before these calls, we need to send the agenda. We need to update this agenda based on the what was going on during the 2 weeks before, what is happening, what kind of Git issues were created, what was closed. Sorry for the sounds on the background. What was closed, yes, and what was like created, whatsoever. Also, we need to be in charge of the call itself. Yes, we should be co-host. Yes. Share the screen, tell something what is happening, like lead the call. Then we need to have this YouTube recording uploaded, or should we just send like request to someone who has access? How we are going to get this YouTube recording?
YouTube, I did that myself, and it's still waiting. You need to send a Git issue. You drop it onto the file and into the drive where it says videos, because it's minutes, right? And then there's a video. You drop it there, link that space or that address to the Git issue, and someone else with access to the YouTube will upload it. You can, you know, I think John has access to the YouTube. Ryan has access. We just need someone in the infra side to do that. I don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. So I have said I will not help with YouTube, and you know, like I cannot create a stuff from zero. Yeah, right.
So basically, during the call, we are going to have this tweet about what is going on, and in this tweet, should we link anything? Like, should we link?
We link the calendar so that someone can join if they are not in the call. If you can, I wouldn't be able to do it right now because that is a link, and we can have it in here and say this is a short link. Just add it to it, and that is super nice that you remind us that we could do that access. But it can be anything that will allow someone that might want to join. But it cannot be the Zoom account. Like John said, we need to protect the access.
Okay, so sorry to interrupt everyone. Yeah, sorry to step and interrupt. There is a question from Ashish in the chat about the agenda of the meeting. Ashish thought it was a presentation on MP. So you mentioned before, Amelia, that you had sent out an email reminder. And so I just want to make sure that, because there's a lot of new people on the call, what the intent of the call is, and if it's not the call they thought it was, maybe they can feel free to drop off.
Yes, please do so. Thank you, John. I'm sharing a screen, so you need to speak because I cannot see it. Or John, if you can help with comments, that would be great because I cannot see anything.
That's why I'm stepping in, because Ashish did
Love it.
ask. And so if you want to, I did say that this is a bi-weekly MicroProfile marketing meeting. It's where we just kind of handle all the marketing issues related to MicroProfile, and it's not a MicroProfile presentation. So if this is not the correct meeting you were expecting, then yeah, feel free to drop, no hard feelings.
Yes.
And so I thought I'd state that. The second thing is, if we record to the cloud, which I started doing with the Zoom account instead of recording locally, then anyone with the Zoom account can then upload to YouTube, right? It's whether it's me or Ryan or whoever. So
no, John, it's incorrect. Only 4 or 5 people have access to the YouTube account, and only those infra people can have can do that. So then we cannot open up for more access to the we shouldn't open up the more access or more microprofilers to the YouTube. We can add maybe 1 or 2 for these kind of things, because we're going to also increase the APIs, all the APIs. We have currently 8, maybe 2 more are coming. They will have also access to the MicroProfile Zoom account, and 2 of them in each API will need to record the calls. So then I think we will need to increase the YouTube. But I think for the moment, we just need to figure out what do we have, who is helping currently, which I think is only you and Kevin.
Yeah, well, on the current Zoom account, that's true, because it's not our Zoom account, right? It's a technology meeting. So we are going to open it up, and Kevin and I are just looking at all the Zoom options that will let us do that. So stay tuned shortly, and then we'll figure out how we can share the Zoom account so we can have different hosts. And my recommendation is whoever is hosting the Zoom call record to the cloud.
Correct.
And then same issue. The YouTube account is it's a Google account, right? Which means Gmail. It's everything, Google Groups.
Yes.
So so that we'll have to figure out how to manage that as well. But for now, I mean, I have no problem uploading the YouTube videos. I've been doing it for years.
I know.
So I'll continue it.
You're amazing, John. Thankless job. Everyone here should be like, we're recording this, and that's nice for you to know. But let's go back. Thank you so much, John. Let's go back to Tatiana. Tatiana, did you get it? Yes?
Yeah. So considering this YouTube recording, should we okay, we got the YouTube recording. What should we do with that afterwards?
Nothing. It goes to the cloud, like John said, and then your hands are off.
Okay, so it's just on YouTube, so we don't need to make any other tweet or whatsoever.
Nothing else, because usually the person that uploads it to YouTube, usually John, he retweets that, right? And now we need to make sure that we scale John to allow someone else to do so. Thankfully, sadly, it's not going to be me. Otherwise, but someone else will have to do it, because John needs vacation and needs to do other stuff. So we need to see what's what. But I want
to. So basically, the host creates Git issue for John or who else has the access, upload the YouTube, and then that's it.
That's it.
The end. Okay.
Yeah. And then it's not only about the video. It is, there is a third one, right? Agenda, YouTube, you see it here. And here we're going to write the how. We didn't know that we will do cloud. John is bringing up, hey, let's do cloud savings. Perfect, we will update this part. Then we go tweets. Yeah, that is done. Quotes. There are so many things that happen. Every microprofiler that is contributing to MicroProfile can submit a quote and say, I am contributing to MicroProfile because X. There are guidelines that are already available for everyone. Here, I will show you. To welcome you to share why you care and why you invest your time in the project. So in a month, maybe we will have 1 or 2, or depends how many. So the person that is running the month, or the microprofilers, they need to make sure that this quote of 60 or 80 words gets reviewed, grammar matters, and it follows the guidelines to the letter. We can improve the guidelines by sending PRs, because that is what we do. The quotes welcome anyone to tell us usage. You know, you're here, you join the calls and you feel excited about helping on your first project in open source. It doesn't really matter, but this is the two questions. Why aren't you investing your time and resources into the MicroProfile ecosystem? Because your time is the most valuable asset you have. And then, why do you think others should contribute? If you can answer these two questions, we want to hear from you. And this is an important task that is owned by the facilitator. Currently, Ryan is the one who helps upload them into the website. If you go to the working group, we have the page, which is not working, sadly. Oh, there you go. And they run Ryan, you're here, right? Every 15 seconds?
Oh, I don't remember. I think it might be 10 seconds or something. It'll kind of rotate a bit.
Yes. So Ryan is currently the one that is uploading them, and they come through a Git issue. But it's very cool because it gives the opportunity for anyone to share the why. These ones will be tweeted very soon, and they will be tweeted throughout the year. So you will be highlighted. If you are new in this call and you do not know what MicroProfile does and why it matters, discover it and then share it. So I go back into more things that we need to do. Then we welcome technical content. You can either cross-post it. It means use your website, your Git account to write the blog, or you can write original content and contribute it to the MicroProfile project. The person that facilitates the month will need to help with the review. It doesn't matter if you're not technical, someone else can do that. You just need to make sure that the review is processed within a week, maximum 2 weeks, depending, right? So it's just ask for help. And there, of course, for contributing content, there is the Git issue that tells you exactly what to do. And this is applicable for anyone, not only editors of WordPress, but also an author, right? So it's pretty lengthy. This can be adjusted by anyone who chooses to contribute. It has had many different PRs from authors saying, hey, this is clearer if we do X. So read it, own it. It's pretty simple. And it can be shorter and maybe clearer with more eyes. Now we go, questions about this, because I'm going through the tasks to make sure that this is recorded. And then everyone has questions, can ask them.
So far, it's clear. Yeah.
All right. Anyone else? And Tetiana, you're awesome, but you have been with us since last summer. You know what to do.
Hey, Amelia, this may be a probably stupid question, but
No stupid questions they have. No stupid questions.
So when you mention the GitHub issues and that we have someone who's monitoring those GitHub issues, are they like technical issues, or it can be a non-technical issues as well? The reason I'm asking is, if it's a technical issue, the person who's monitoring, do they have to do anything or solve them or assign them, like label them or something? Just wanted to clarify.
No, it's great. Great questions. MicroProfile has about 24, 25 different repositories. Every application, including Sandbox, has its own project. And
Okay.
MicroProfile is no different, but in here we don't write code. This one is to get things done, not only for the website, but anything else related to communicating clearly or effectively, right?
Okay.
So then, as you can see, over the weekend, last week, we found someone tweeted a research of 28 pages, and it was in Spanish, which is huge for MicroProfile. We don't know this person, but we immediately contacted the person because he is part of the Latina Armada. Latina Armada is someone that speaks Spanish, that is a member of the JAGs, including Spain, but all Latin America. And we contacted him because there were issues with the paper.
Okay.
The paper said that MicroProfile was created by the Eclipse Foundation and that it was created in 2006, and a bunch of information that is incorrect. When someone spends time writing content, so the content is technical, We care so much that the facts contain the truth. So what we did was we contacted him privately. We make sure that he was comfortable coming into the Git repository and working with the MicroProfile community. That means our processes, so that we can help him review and correct some of the areas of the document.
Wow,
Right?
that's great.
Exactly. So it is only possible because he tweeted the @MicroProfile, so that those that have access to the MicroProfile handle get notified. The name is incorrect, right? The name is supposed to be MicroProfile, and this is in Spanish. So someone that doesn't speak Spanish cannot help, but it says MicroProfile was founded in 2006, and it was founded, it's just like Eclipse, like it's just a few areas here need correction. And now today, the author said, hey, I have dropped it into the MicroProfile drive, public access. Anyone in the world who has a Gmail account can start helping fix the document. That's how we work. So Niha, does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. It does. I
All
get
right.
it.
Great example. I was able to show this. I didn't think I was going to show anything like this.
That's
Can I pile on to that question a little bit?
Go ahead.
So the issues is fine, but is there like a standard format for different kind of issues? So like say, I don't know, different kind of issues that you have, that you kind of typical type of issue that has some kind of template for that, or
Yes,
is,
we do.
okay.
Great question. Hold on, let me try to open it. We have 6 projects under the Git issues, and you will only, I think I might have to start sharing, and maybe someone else can help. My computer is overloaded. Let's see. Nope. John, do you mind if I stop sharing? You can help. I know you have like 2, 3 different machines. Did I lose John? Tetiana, do you want to share so I can explain? My computer is
Yes,
not
I
Unmute
can.
that fast. Go ahead, Tatiana.
I can, but can you just send the link to this document? Or is it this schedule and response? Oh, okay, I found it.
Yeah, it's in the agenda.
Yeah, I found it. Just a second.
Ruslan, we will answer your question. It's a great question. This is a show and tell.
And by the way, just I wrote it in chat first before I realized that you don't see it. I can
don't
help
see
you
anything.
as well, depending on when Neha is able to do that. I can do that either this month or next month. It doesn't really matter for me.
Rustam, we can have 3 contributors a month. 4.
I know,
It doesn't
anytime.
matter.
Yeah.
Submit your Git issue. Tell us what month you would like to check it out. I will, if you work with me in March, you will, it's just direct, and we will work via Git issues, and it's going to be one-on-one, not a waste of time for you or me, because we don't have time to waste. So listen to this. Tatiana, thank you for sharing. Or John, who is sharing?
This is me. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So can you click onto the 16 MP Git issues? Yes, that one. Let's show Rustam projects number 6. So you see in the upper area, go up, and then you see,
I see. Yeah.
yes. So then we have call to actions. We have the call to actions that you see in the MicroProfile Twitter, call out for speakers. So this link usually goes and tells you exactly how to submit. You're speaking on MicroProfile and you want to be highlighted by MicroProfile. We have media support. That means sessions, general push, websites, content creation, events, and we can create as many projects as we need to that will document the how. This one is the minimum we created back in 2018 or 19 January when we created the repo. Just enough to start. Rustam, is that clear?
Fantastic, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And Tatiana, can you go into Wiki? Oh, no, you were.
Okay. Yep.
Wiki. Mm-hmm. Thank you for showing. Here, we have different documentations. We have social media, that is for people that are actually members of the working group, because we can provide access to anyone that will want to join Twitter, but it tells you those ones that have access to the contributor tools like Facebook and Twitter, what they must do and must not do. Then it shows you content contributions. All of it is linked directly to the websites. It shows you the MicroProfile to MicroProfile onboarding interview. It means, for instance, Niha, Rustam, you have been helping MicroProfile or have started helping MicroProfile. In 6 months or 3 months, you feel that you want to share how you got onboarded into the project. And there is a template with questions that enables you to create a blog, and you will have another MicroProfile working with you who has not done the MicroProfile interview. And he will be the next, or she will be the next person to own this. And it's a chain. We have so far 4. We didn't get one in 2020 because it was too crazy with the working group, but the 4 of them are all from 2019. We have pro bono because we write the white paper that we have was written 0 cost. We have ebooks written by the MicroProfile community contributing to each other, with each other. We have the submissions quotes and a few other things already ready for you to consume. And clearly there is much to document. So with your help, onboarding, we can document much more. Questions about documentation and how to become valuable and enable others to own it.
This is very helpful, actually. Thank you.
Okay, so Tetiana, thank you so much. Let's go. We have Twitter contribution. We talked about it. We have, can you go down? Because you already showed everything, right?
Yeah.
So this person that says, I want to help monthly, doesn't matter if it's 2, 5, 10, we can have as many a month. Tetiana, can we go back to the Git issues? If you go up here, the Git issues are the truth of the project itself. Nothing is done in MicroProfile marketing that is not in the Git issues. We trace everything, right? There are so many tickets and so much work to do. This is like pales in comparison what we have at times, right? So please submit your tickets. Say, hey, I want to help on this month. If you do March, I am happy to help everyone in March. Then I think, Tetiana, you are in
Yeah, I'm April.
Exactly. So Tetiana is in April, but she has been with us since last summer. She's going to rock it and be amazing with you. Yep.
Oh, yeah. I will try.
You see this? We fell fast and we do it together. So let's go back to the agenda. So now that we are done with show and tell, because there is a schedule of responsibilities, can we share the agenda? One of something so important is we have more than 22 people in this call, and we have only a few contributors added here. It is your job, if you are investing the hour here, to write your name in the agenda. So please, did you get the agenda? Can you, here. There you go. Can you, one of the things about tracking your time is making sure that your name is added. Even if you didn't say a word, you're here and this is 1 hour of your time. It matters.
By the way,
Yeah, I did paste a
Amelia,
link to this in the chat. I may have to paste another one for the people that have joined.
I did.
and it's
Okay,
also
all right,
in the
thanks.
calendar, but I just noticed today that when you open the link from the calendar, it moves you somewhere to February or something in the middle. So maybe we need to update the link in the calendar.
We need to
Yeah, it's got the bookmark in the link.
Yeah, there is a bookmark, so we need just to put it
yes.
to some place without bookmarks, without.
Tetiana, are you volunteering to own that task?
If I have access to change anything in the
check it out.
calendar, I can check.
Yeah, check it out. If you do not, let me know and then.
Okay.
Okay, so Tetiana, thank you so much. Let's go down. So are there any questions about the MicroProfile Git issues and why it matters and it's a requirement for anyone to help? If you're not going to work in Git issues, apologies, but you will not be able to help us. Any questions about this? Because it's unflexible. This is how we do things. We work in the open. My gosh, everyone is so amazing. 22 people here. Wow. All right. So I want to go to maybe not this item. I want to show something that Ryan, you worked on the MicroProfile prospects last week. Do you want to show the updates? Because this is important. The prospect is the MicroProfile working group business card. It's the most important document aside from the charter that tells anyone in the world why should they care about MicroProfile, should they be investing in open source and Java. Do you want to show, Ryan, what you did? It's there. Oh, maybe you do it. Tetiana, go down. There you go. It's under working group.
This one?
No, working group is a different segment. It's down. Down the agenda. There. A little bit down.
I'm not sure what I'm looking
Here.
for.
Here, prospect.
There. The
There.
Oh, this
389.
Yeah. Ryan, do you want to take it from here?
I mean, I can. The only thing I kind of did with this presentation was clean it up design-wise. So, yeah, if we want to go over it, John, you're the one that put in the most time with this, correct? I don't know if we've already reviewed this on the marketing call before.
Yes. John.
But, I mean, I suggest kind of everyone going through it themselves. It's not something I think we should go through 10 pages on this call when there's so many other things to go over. But if you want to do a quick, Tatiana, you want to do a quick click through all, they can kind of get an idea what's in there. Some quotes, opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, what I did is I just kind of stole a little bit from the Jakarta prospectus, provided MicroProfile specific content. Some of the content came out of the charter. Some of it comes from other places. So you can see the example, like the cost about where it came from the charter. And it's really, this is designed for organizations that want to join the MicroProfile working group, not individuals, right? So obviously you're all here, you're already contributing, but for someone to become a formal member and support MicroProfile with all the benefits are listed kind of in this prospectus. And if we think there's something missing with the benefits, we should update it. So that's all.
And one of the coolest things that John and Ryan explained is that John drafted it and I helped on the write-up as well. But then last week, Ryan was able to go and make it pretty because John and I didn't do that. We didn't care about pretty.
Ooh.
No, right?
I'm the other half of the brain. I'm the logic brain. Yeah.
So then Ryan is pulling and we need more designers because Ryan cannot do all the work. This is another call out and why I'm bringing this item first. It is important for us to have any diverse contributors to MicroProfile, not only coders, but also content writers, designers, front end, because we're working on adjusting the project page under the MicroProfile website. If you can help on the technical side, welcome, but also on everything else. And I want to show, this one is linked directly into the working group page, and it says join. When you go into the working group page, it actually says join, why it matters. So it's linked there. And now, John, the request for you is, can you move it into the MicroProfile drive? Not the external one. I submitted a ticket and I assigned it to you. Can you move it into the regular drive? It needs to stay in the community because we need others that are not part of the steering committee to have access to adjust it, like Ryan.
Into the MicroProfile marketing external drive?
Not external, not under the Eclipse Foundation. We need it.
Right.
We need it into the community drive. And there is a ticket for you.
Okay, I'll look. And is the link to the drive location in there?
Yes.
In the ticket? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Question here. Can we tweet this or share this on LinkedIn? Is it like
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You can
looks
do
like a
anything public.
good starting point? Yeah.
Yeah, and this is still open because Ryan is, you're making it more pretty, right? Like a little bit more pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can.
So the prospectus is a business card and it's linked to the website. but it will always be slides, Google Slides, because we need to modify it and adjust it. So when you read it, if you find issues, help us correct it. It's public and it will have view access. If you want to help adjust it, a Git issue is required. That's it. Tetiana, can we go back to the minutes? And thank you so much for sharing, because now we go back to, yeah, we go back to the second item, or here. Oh, it's not this one, it's the upper. The first
Upper?
item. Oh yeah.
Well, this is the first one.
Yes, this one. So can you go to the inventory doc? These ones are, this is so important. Every year, if we check 2020 tab, MicroProfile Media pushes reminders, like join the community call a day or two before the call happens, YouTube recordings, watch what is happening with MicroProfile, ebook available for, we have 2 writers that are MicroProfilers, and you can see the examples. The last ones happen in December. We stopped every year at the end of the year. They run until a whole year. They get a schedule usually in Q1, and they run until December, under the last week of December. And then the next year, we figure out, do we need to update the templates? And do we need to do X? Everything is done via Git issues. Currently, for the last few years, only Ryan and I have been doing this, but no more. Now, we're putting everything in place so that anyone that wants to help can help with it, write it on Twitter. And these are all the recommendations that we can review. I have included the APIs because they too will have calls recorded. As John and Kevin, finally, we have gotten the Zoom accounts, and we have many things that are worth highlighting and communicating throughout the year. And you can observe, and I will be quiet now. All right. Questions. Let's do one example. Tatiana, can you go to 18 and click on an ebook example of how media gets pushed throughout the year? If you write a book, a blog, and you retweet, we're likely to retweet you if it's technical and valuable and contains truth. If you write an ebook and you include the community, you will get highlighted throughout the year. For example, Phil, he has written diverse versions of the book. He continues to write content, original content for the MicroProfile blog, where it links to his book and his website. The book used to be $0 cost, and now it costs you a coffee to have access, just because of, like his preference, but it's still extremely cool. He has Ryan, we work with Ryan to get a design. Ryan, what is your take on this? How was your experience when working with one of the authors? Because we did that for Lars, the white book. We did that with Zizek. What is your experience of the value on this?
I mean, we got good feedback for traction. They got a lot more visits to their websites and more downloads. So they're happy for this. And because they're happy with the traction they saw, they filled in the right templates, when needing an update, and writing me a ticket. And it all went smoothly as long as, you kind of follow this, how it should go. And yeah, it was fun. I had no problems with it. Happy to help people get more traffic and push content.
Mm-hmm. And Ryan, one of the coolest things that you said is that because of the Git issues, the authors can say every single time MicroProfile retweets me, I get X more followers or readers on this and downloads. Thank you so much. So not only
I remember Philip saying some actual number, like every month, because of the tweets going out, he gets so many more visits. So yeah,
yes.
it was nice to hear. It was helpful for him.
Mm-hmm. And usually for the ebooks, for example, we have 2 ebooks. So we do one each week differently. So they go 2 a month. They get 2 highlights a month. because there are only two ebooks. And Lars is a white paper, it's still in 3.1, I believe. And he's thinking about rewriting it because it's going to be harder for us to continue to highlight the white book when it's so far from MP4 release. So, right, not only are the templates created so that you are properly thank via media for the work and investment on the project in sharing what you know, but also you provide us as an author feedback saying, when you do X, I can see Y. And the MicroProfile doesn't charge and will never charge for money to push this, we get a 360 feedback loop where we know what to drop and what to continue to do. And I think this is important when we use media. And this is why we have many examples to show you what needs to be done, and the templates will need to happen before the end of March. And this is the first time we are going to include the APIs as well, so that they get not 4 or 5 people in each call a week or bi-monthly, but many more. And there is much more visibility and better communication. Questions about this?
The question, I think, can be like this. If someone has like new content created, connected with MicroProfile and willing to push it like through the MicroProfile, they should create Git issue for that. Yeah, am I correct?
Yes.
And then to this document, how it gets. Should this person who created the Git issue and got this tweet put it here? Or is there someone who is making like summary after some period of time?
Nope. So Tetiana, great question. Let's go back into Git issue and the Git issues, and we can check the wiki. Go into the wiki because it tells you content, how to contribute content, and all of it answers your questions there. Guidelines to content. Let's see, it's not that one. It needs to go S7. Can you click on the 7 because you have to see content create? It's not that one.
7.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. No.
Can you go to the website? It's usually there, but it's hiding for you. If you go to the website and you check blogs, says blogs. It tells you become a MicroProfile author. Click that one. This one brings you directly to the documentation. Here, answer all your questions. Go down, and it tells you two sides on how to contribute. There you go. Go down. 1, 2. The 1, you can contribute without providing direct content that is across post. You can contribute by creating your own content, but first you need access to the MicroProfile WordPress. That means you write issues and request, I want to be a MicroProfile contributor. And it tells you in the option, if you are a new contributor, send a request, send your email, and you get access. No matter who you are, no matter if you are self-employed and you are a student, you are important to us, you will get access to add content because you are learning on MicroProfile and you want to share, and we want to highlight you. So Tetiana, does that answer your question about how to do so? This document helps anyone.
Yep, okay.
Mm-hmm. Tetiana, you are a content contributor editor as well, and you help with the MicroProfile release 4.0. How was your experience using the guidelines in the template for their release?
That was rather easy because you guys helped with the content itself. So from my side, there was more like technical stuff, like to do it, to upload and post, and that was like usual steps in the WordPress. Pretty easy.
All right. So Tetiana, for example, is a contributor, but also an editor. She can help publish and also write content. And that means that she has yet to write one content for her as an author, but she has written a content with different microprofilers in the technical side for the 4.0 release that most of you hopefully read. And we have documentation for that blog. there is a template, and everything is scalable in a manner that if it's repeatable, we will document it so that not Tatiana, not Amelia, not Ryan, not John can own it. Someone else can own it. That is important to us. And this is why if you are in this call and you want to help, you are valuable and it matters that you want to help. You will be noticed. I want to make sure that this is known because that is why MicroProfile was created 4.5 years ago. All right. So one of the most important things about this document, and thank you so much, Tatiana, for sharing, is that we haven't created anything yet. And tickets will land, but what we don't want to see, at least me and Ryan, is for us, only the two of us, to be creating all the Git issues and writing the Twitter descriptions. We want, and the project needs, other contributors to say, I want to own line 5. I wanna push and help push these contributors of, I wanna, for instance, line 5 is about submit your quote, right? Submit the guidelines. And this will go into media and it just needs a write-up, right? This needs to go into media and Twitter and we need to link it. What will you write to make sure that this goes every week or every other week and reminds the world that they can share why they care about MicroProfile, right? So if any of you want to help on this, submit the Git tickets. Say, hey, this will be nice to have a write-up, right? You don't need to be a member of the working group to feel that you can do this. Anyone can help because there's so much work to do. And we want the community to own and to feel responsible for having to do this work. We're not asking you to have access to the contributors to the Twitter handle because we cannot give access to everyone. That would be problematic. But we are asking you to level down and bring a level of communication that resonates with people like you, and only others can help us spread the word. How do we feel about this?
So basically, just to sum up what you've just told, so if anyone from the community who's listening to us right now and in general has any news or any content, anything to share about MicroProfile or about anything connected with MicroProfile, they can just create a Git issue, even if they don't have access to the Twitter or whatsoever. They just create Git issue, and someone who has access to Twitter will make this tweet from them. But it's important to create like the Git issue with a short message that can be just copy pasted by the admin of the Twitter, not to create from scratch. Like you just create a Git issue with a short message, what you want to be posted, like maybe some explanation why this should be posted or whatever, and then just push it and it will be shared. Am I correct?
Correct, Tatiana. We want to hear, what are you doing and do you want to be highlighted? That is this is part of one of the projects that Rustam nicely asked about. Social media, what are you doing? What is it worth for us to share it? Means, do you want MicroProfile handle to push it? Usually we use Facebook and Twitter. I only help with Twitter in the level of, if I see it, I will retweet it. But usually if you're a speaker, if you see a book or like a blog, just write and use Twitter. So if you write it with, we can help with grammar and all these things, but all the information needs to be added because it will be reviewed. And usually we help on that. Ryan, right? That is super easy for you to send anything that is speakers or things like that. You have been helping us for so long on that, and it's never problematic if the information is there, correct?
No, it's fine. It's quite a quick process when a tweet, like at least a rough tweet is given of what you want to say and why. That way I can make some changes, add some hashtags if you forgot some, and then send it out.
Tatiana, does that answer your question? And you summarized it super nice.
Yeah, that wasn't a question. I was just like summing up. yeah, for people like to get the idea.
Yes. My question is here, and we have 23 attendees. Does any of you a designer, aside from Ryan? We need the
Someone-
I think
title.
Ryan.
Not
I
a
think
professional one,
Ryan's-
but I do some designs, yes, but not a professional.
Who is speaking? Can you give us your name, please?
Dmitry.
Yes, Mitya, yes.
Mitya. Mitya. Okay, so Mitya, you could help with the signs. Not only is true what Tetiana said, but also we need to connect and start the posts for all of these ones. They go by year. We will do all of them once, and they get scheduled until December, and we don't look at them anymore. But the write-up needs to be done via Git issue, and also the designs. We have templates, and Ryan, I think you said via the Git issue that you will wrap all the designs that we have done in the past and the drive around this week, correct? So there is something.
I mean, I'm not going to drop all designs that
Not
we
all.
did because there's about 1,000 of them. I'll put a couple templates. It's already there on the branding website page on MicroProfile. Social media or social media templates that have links to PSDs. I can share a link here if you want. Yeah, I will add some more templates for making life a little bit easier for anyone to help.
So Mitya, you see
We'll
that?
have fonts and colors and everything, which you can find on the website also.
Yeah. In
So
the
time
website.
check, Amelia, 4 minutes, 4 minutes left. So if there's anything that you want to kind of close down on.
Yes, thank you so much, John. Tatiana, can we go back to the agenda? And thank you again, John, for checking the comments when I couldn't. So this one is super important and it has so many tasks and it will need help. As you have seen, I have added Edwin. Edwin is the committer rep, the one that is meant to connect every single committer and contributor. You are meant to talk with him if you have issues of any kind, and he will make sure, if you cannot do so via the public, he will make sure to relate your issues to the community, right? So he will help us with the technical side so that anyone that works on the APIs can help us write the Git issues, and this is super important. We go back to the end, to the working group, and this is the last topic because we can go on. The most important thing about this call was to show you that we need you. There are some responsibilities that do not land to the working group, but to everyone in the community that cares or wants to contribute to open source and MicroProfile. Tatiana, can you go down to working group? Thank you. There, working group.
Next one, yeah.
Yeah, trademark work. And this month, trademark work, yeah, you can click it. Thank you so much. It's going to become crucial. We need to start writing the trademarks for MicroProfile. MicroProfile doesn't have any trademarks because it didn't have cash before, but now we have the money to invest. So if you click on the trademark guidelines, thank you so much again. We can use the Jakarta EE trademark work. I was one of the members who wrote, who was one of the writers of the trademark for Jakarta. I am not going to lead this project. I agree and I want to mentor the write-up. If we use these documents and this folder, it brings you to the PDF that is publicly available for the Jakarta EE trademark and the handbook. We can copy and paste much of the data of this document, and we need volunteers. And I will be right beside you working on this, but I'm not going to write it or work on it as we did with the Jakarta EE. It took a lot of work to get these documents done. And now that it's done, MicroProfile can benefit from that work. So for those of you who are in this call, should you want to volunteer to be one of the contributors, please write a Git issue and say, I would like to contribute on this task because we need your help. And it's just a copy paste pretty much for the trademark. John, there are parts on the trademark that are going to be IPI and those ones, IPIs, and those ones we will have to work on the community, but the majority is pretty much templates, right?
IPI?
It means extensions. We have a part that is, we will not charge if you do X and Y. We're very
All right.
different on that side. There are some things that will be very different from our trademarks that we do not want to follow on the Jakarta side. So we want to make sure that when we are working on this, so then it shows you the folder, the Git issue, and how to help. So everything is connected. Please check it out. This is very important. And the work will start this month. You are not late. It just started. Questions about this, because it's 11 o'clock and we have to go. How do people feel? How does everyone feel?
Actually, I have like something to talk about. I know it's the top of the hour. I have some so the next agenda, like a Jakarta MicroProfile release alignment. So we do need to tweet some remaining questions. And I'm wondering whether we tweet the remaining questions or just directly create a survey monkey directly kind of push one link out. So if we kind of space out these tweets and etc., it will take a long time.
So Emily, can you add here the thread? There is a thread in the community forum happening that Emily started nicely, because last week, this is a summary. Last week on the Tuesday call, we said we spent an hour and 5 minutes talking about the next MicroProfile release, and we couldn't decide what to do with Jakarta EE and how to proceed. So then the idea of a survey with questions thrown via media happened, but there was no time to educate anyone to say this survey is happening. So only one question went out. And that was my understanding from the call, that a few questions will be created by the community and then we will post them. My recommendation, based on Emily now and David on the thread, is that we should post them maybe 2 days apart. What I am not agreeing with, because I don't believe that will be good for time consumption, is shooting all the questions at once and expecting good tweets. It's like bombarding. But the thing is that we need to talk about this. And I think if we don't talk in the thread, because it's only 3 people currently commenting, we need more visibility. So we will need to bring it back into the community to discuss. I think we should do 2, the survey on Twitter and a monkey survey, 2 different things. And that would be awesome, Emily. But I am not the one to decide. And I think we need to talk about it without rushing.
Yeah.
And we're at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
Just trying to be a little bit mindful of time. And the other thing that we're going to have to add to the agenda items for the next couple of meetings is budget. Once we begin discussing that, probably tomorrow at the MicroProfile Live Hangout. So check the MicroProfile calendar for that. And that's when we can get into where we're going to spend our money in terms of conferences, search engine optimization, yada, yada, yada. So
yes. So Emily, can you add the link to the thread here? And then we will talk about it tomorrow, because we cannot decide here. We need to continue the discussion in the thread, because it's not about me or you, what we want. It is about what we do. And I think we can do 2 things, not only the Twitter, but also monkey survey. That would be amazing.
I will add to the live hangout agenda anyway. So
everyone, thank you so much.
Add to here as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
thank you.
Everyone, we're over time, 3 minutes extra. Apologies for the extra time, but thank you, Emily, for bringing it. I added it as soon as I saw you on the call. I was like, let's talk about this. So here we are. It's March, and I would love for anyone to join me on the next, to volunteer to work with me on making sure that the ball doesn't fall onto the floor. Please do that. Join.
I created the issue already.
All right, Manish. Send the Git issues. Send the Git issues. The Git issues, the agenda has the Git issues. Say in the Git issues, I want to help with this. Add yourself into it. Right. I see you, Manish. Hi, hola.
Right.
Let's go. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.